Hey guys, here to kick off this series, I want to talk about the win of tax planning. As always, this is not personal, financial, tax, or investment advice. It's just for education. So, meaning, when should you do tax planning? The answer is early and often. So what often happens is a client will come at the end of the tax year and say, I just realized that I owe a lot in taxes. And often in that case, it's too late. So I literally have onboarded people this year strictly for the purposes of being more active and being more proactive when it comes to yearly tax planning, because it can really come back to bite you. So not only do you want to do it early in a given year, you want to do it early in your given wealth journey. So the earlier you can start paying to mine this, the better off you're going to be. And here's why. If you are, in your 30s to 50s and you're earning a lot of money and you're starting to be in those higher tax brackets, you need to realize the decisions you make now are going to impact you later, and how you determine what's best for you, meaning tax deferral, tax savings, etc., is going to be dependent upon your goals. So if you don't actually look and forward project before you start from the beginning, you're not really going to know how to build it. It's kind of like an architect that draws up the plans for a house. You're not going to actually start building on top of something else until you know how it all looks in 3D. That's really a great analogy for what tax planning is you're going to actually look at the blueprint, because in reality, a lot of tax planning strategies are actually just tax deferral in disguise. So you need to decide for yourself, do you actually want to defer taxes? And if so, how much and for what reason? So there's very few strategies that are just complete tax savings. A lot of them just push those taxes into the future. So you really have to, the first decision you have to make is, do I actually need to push them into the future, and why? And that requires some careful analysis. So that's where a financial planner, again, in conjunction with a tax preparing team, if that's something that you have in place, can be really helpful. It's especially helpful, and even more so helpful, if you are a business owner and you have equity stake, or if you have equity compensation as part of your job. These are times when you really, really want to think about tax planning. And if you fast forward to the future, you want to do this on a yearly basis, but you don't have the earned income that you had when you were working. So your decisions are much more around efficient distribution, and you're really reaping the rewards of the tax planning that you did 10, 20, and 30 years prior to give yourself options. So that's just an introduction in terms of when should you do tax planning. I'm going to break down the what in the next video, and I'll see you then.